What's wiggling, Warenoticers? It's your boy, Mr. CEO, Big Daddy Shane Mumma of this beautiful, awesome, fantastic technology YouTube channel that is Warenotice. Guys, this is my review of the iPhone XR. Warenotice on the baddest beat. Met a lot of people, but still don't know defeat. Running for the White House, but I am no athlete. Got Jordans on my feet and haters in retreat. Wait, I am the CEO. Competition robotic, call him C3PO. So folks, this is the iPhone XR. Apple's cheapest iPhone X spin-off phone at a starting price of about $750 for its 64GB variant. It also has 128GB and 256GB versions, as well as a bunch of different colors like white, black, blue, yellow, and coral, other than the one that you've been seeing in this video, which is the product red one. Now, I personally think that this red color, a deep red hue covering the glass back and even more red on the phone's aluminum sides, is super duper beautiful. The various color options for the iPhone XR also help differentiate it from Apple's other iPhone X style phones like the XS and XS Max, which only come in black, white, or gold colors. However folks, some other key differences in the XR include its display and camera. The XR has a 6.1-inch, unfortunately less than full 1080p HD resolution LCD screen that Apple brands as their Liquid Retina HD display, which also lacks 3D touch support. While the more expensive iPhones X, XS, and XS Max, of course, all have rocked higher resolution OLED touchscreens, the XR screen seems just fine to me. Although, yes, of course, having only 1792 by 828 pixels does sound less than ideal on paper, and while I don't have perfect vision, I haven't been able to see individual pixels even when I get really close to the XR, so that, folks, is definitely a good thing. Plus, folks, after spending time with the iPhone XR, I think its screen is just fine, and actually, interestingly enough, I struggled to notice any huge difference in screen quality when I first put it side by side with my iPhone XS Max. Thus, although I definitely think Apple should have at least made the XR screen 1080p HD, I wouldn't at all call it a bad screen in actual use. Now, another quick way to tell that this iPhone is in fact the XR rather than a 10 or XS is the rear camera, of which there is only one on the XR. This means, unlike on Apple's dual rear camera iPhones, with the XR you don't have a telephoto lens and thus can't take advantage of 2x optical zoom, something that I've really liked on the X and XS. However, the XR single 12 megapixel camera sensor is apparently the same as the main one in the iPhone XS and XS Max, and is also still capable of taking portrait photos with those nice blurred backgrounds. Moving on though, if we come around to the front of the iPhone XR, another quick way to identify it is, yes, of course it's got that iconic iPhone X style notch, but it's also got these bezels wrapping around the phone screen that are noticeably thicker than those on the iPhone X, XS, and XS Max. Also, on the front of the phone within that notch is all the standard Face ID tech and a 7 megapixel selfie camera, which gives me another opportunity to say how much I like Face ID since it's worked great for me on every iPhone I've used it on, including the XR. This is especially true because I actually like it better, I think, than a lot of fingerprint readers since Face ID is just so effortless and I tend to get sweaty or wet hands that can prevent certain fingerprint sensors from recognizing me, whereas Face ID really almost never seems to have a problem recognizing that you're looking at Big Daddy Shane. And like its Face ID feature, pretty much everything else on the XR is just like the other iPhone X style iPhones. It's got gesture-based navigation since its big screen means no home button. It's got the volume buttons and its mute switch on the left with that big side button for Siri and turning off or on the phone or waking it up and putting it to sleep on the right. And it's also got a lightning port and speaker holes on the bottom. Plus, thanks to that glass back, it supports wireless charging just like the other iPhone X style phones, as well as the iPhone 8, which is a feature that in this point in time I think is just a necessity in good smartphones. Plus, the iPhone XR is IP67 water resistant. But all in all, folks, the iPhone XR is essentially a colorful, light version of the iPhone XS. And you know what? I think that's a good thing. I very much like the XR, especially in this once again beautiful red color, and I'd go as far as to say that if you're in the market for a new iPhone and can't afford it, you really should just go with at least the iPhone XR, if not the XS or XS Max if you really want to spend more money. Although, since it is of course an Apple product, the price of the XR, folks, could still certainly be better than what it is. But even so, the XR is still a really solid phone that's super intuitive, awesomely designed, and really just a pleasure to use. It definitely gets a recommendation from me, and I will say that I hope its product red color eventually comes to Apple's more premium phones, because I think my iPhone XS Max would look super duper cool in red, although I do like the gold that it already is. And with that, that'll be all for this Warenotice review. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to smash that subscribe button and subscribe to the Warenotice Technology YouTube channel for more awesome technology videos just like this one. And with that, folks, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. Warenotice out with a lot of phones, baby.